Hello and welcome back to the Christmas special of the Casual Crowd podcast, the COVID edition. I've had to cancel all my raves. I'm a little bit disappointed, but we'll talk about that. Today I am, of course, joined as always by my wonderful co-host. It's Rubes the Dubes. Welcome to the studio, mate. How have you been?
I am feeling good. I am okay. I have been okay. How are you, Phil? I know you're not feeling too great.
Oh, likewise.
I've heard you got some news that you've got for us all.
Yeah. So I dodged it for like 2 years. It's finally caught up with me. I tested positive yesterday. It's not quite as fun as I would have imagined. But to be honest with you, I'm not feeling too bad. I'm very thankful for that. I've had both vaccines, so I imagine that's probably helped. I had a cold a few weeks ago that ironically was way worse than this. The main thing is just kind of breathlessness. I haven't got a cough, funnily enough. That was one thing I found kind of weird. I haven't got a cough at all yet, touch wood.
Okay.
It's just kind of in my throat. And I'm a little bit chilly, so right now I'm kind of hunched over my microphone looking like a bit of an unusually sexy gremlin. If there's any ladies out there that would like to picture that.
It's weird because I'm surprised I've avoided it for so long because, we've been at college most days of the year so far.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's the 1,000 people at college. There's so many people who have gone home with it. So many people in our class who've had it. People in our class have got it now. And then you've got...
Exactly,
my stepdad had it literally like 2 weeks ago. He felt unwell, had a shower when he did it. He did a test, had a shower, came down, it was positive. So we locked him away in his room. And literally, I think the best
throw away the key.
Genuinely, the best thing to do is just lock yourself away from the rest of the people in the household.
It's just no change to what I normally do, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, it literally wouldn't matter. I'd just go for a wee and that's it. But, a bit snotty, but that's just I've rubbed the cat and I'm allergic to my own cat. But apart from that, we're all right.
Fair enough, yeah. It's almost... I don't want to say it's kind of a relief because it's not, but like I knew I was going to get it at some point, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I've been so worried about getting it. Yeah. So now that I have finally got it, it's sort of like, well, at least that's over with. Obviously, I'm not glad I've got it. It's not what I'm saying, but you know what I mean.
You're glad it's over now. This whole kind of, am I or am I not going to get it?
Yeah, I tell you one thing that's been really kind of helping me get through this. Recently, I've been playing a lot of Monopoly.
Oh, wow.
Online Monopoly. I kind of played it with a few friends the other day, and I've just been playing against strangers online. And I didn't realize how much I loved Monopoly. Like, I've been really getting into it. I once got called hot while playing Monopoly once. Apparently, I play Monopoly in a very sexy way.
Wow.
I don't know what that means either. I guess the Monopoly man does always get me in the mood.
Yeah, he is that little monocle of his.
Kind of on the note of me being a sexy Monopoly player, if there are any ladies out there that fancy a game of Monopoly, I will warn you, I take it very seriously. If we can survive a round of Monopoly, we can survive anything.
You should put that on your Tinder profile, Phil.
I absolutely should.
Yeah.
Oh man, we've been doing like we did like a few quizzes with like a friendship group. We did like a who's most likely to. It was just like general questions like, who's the most attractive? I didn't win.
Oh, you're joking. How is that possible?
But yeah, there were a few joke questions thrown in there as well. Just a few like really random weird questions. I didn't win anything apart from one. Do you want to know the only thing I got voted most likely to out of all of our friends?
What did you win?
I am, according to these people, I am the most likely to try to shag a cactus.
Wow, now that does not surprise me at all. So why is that? What was their reason?
I have no idea. I guess I look like I'm sexually attracted to cacti, I guess. I've got a cactus. I've got
a succulent. I haven't got a cactus. Well, aren't cactuses? Cactuses are succulents, but I don't think it counts as a cactus.
Yeah, you gotta show me your succulents, Ruben.
One cap. Yeah, it's a transparent succulent.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, my cactus is kind of like it's got pink like little spikes on it.
Yeah.
And like I'm not convinced it's real because it was really cheap from the co-op and it's like in real soil. Yeah. But I haven't touched it in about a year and it's fine.
Oh, dude, honestly, I
it's
don't
just
get
living
cactuses.
its best life.
They are like the most resilient things on planet Earth. They like
I wish
more
I was a
than
cactus.
cockroaches. Honestly, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, if it can survive the things I do to it, it can.
Oh well, yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's us.
Sorry about that. That brief
Yeah,
cut
sorry,
there.
I don't know what happened. Anyway,
No idea.
So we're basically overall we are okay. We're all right. We're living. We're
doing good. And it's coming up to Christmas. It's coming up to Christmas, Ruben.
And that's
Have
why
you got
it's our
any
Christmas
plans
special.
for Christmas?
Well, sadly not. I think the only thing I'm going to do is work. I've been working. I worked last night. I'm going to work tonight. I'm going to work Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow night because today's the 23rd.
Oh, you're working Christmas Day as well, aren't you?
I'm working Christmas Day, and then I'm working Boxing Day, and I would be working to the 27th as well. However, I'm just going to say no because, bruh, I need an actual family Christmas Day, and I think we've dedicated that.
Yeah,
I think Christmas Day is
Sim
just
for
gonna be,
Ruben Day.
I'm going to go home.
You better get like
home.
weighted on and stuff.
I'm going to get up at like 11, half an hour in the shower, and go to work. Get there by 12, come home, have some really unhealthy food, open a present maybe.
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this on the podcast, but you're planning on
You're giving me nerves,
dropping a bombshell on Christmas Day, aren't you?
I don't think I can do it on Christmas Day. I think I've decided it's too. I can't just go in. Everyone's all merry and a bit kind of like, oh, it's Christmas, guys, and then just me go, yeah, here's me notice. You know what I mean?
Would be quite funny though. How would you do if you didn't have to worry about consequences? How would you do it? Would you have like a plan for like a dramatic entrance?
I might draw something or have something that I've already drawn, make it completely random, and then just say,
just draw a cock.
All that I could do that, yeah. But I mean, I've got a little like sketchbook of just full of random
Cocks.
shite. Oh yeah, full of cocks. But like random shite, dude, and I mean like the most random shit.
Yeah.
Take a page from that and just say, this is a picture of. Oh, by the way, this is my 4-week notice.
Oh, fair enough. I like that
weeks,
plan,
dude. Anyway, yeah, okay. So moving on. Yeah.
This isn't a hugely Christmassy topic, but there's been a lot of talks that we might be going into another lockdown after Christmas. Obviously,
yes.
Boris, he's got to have his parties first. Once they're out of the way with, though, do you think he's going to throw us into another lockdown? And what are your thoughts on that?
Well, see, here's my thought process on this. I think if no one had found out, that the public had not found out that we had a part that the government had several.
A bit Australian there.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. If the public didn't find out at all, I mean, not one bit that the government had more than one or any amount of parties at all last year during Christmas lockdown, then we would already be in lockdown right now as we speak. I guarantee.
Yeah.
It. However, due to the fact that the government have now gone, we found out that they've had several Christmas parties last year. Well, some people were literally on their last legs from COVID.
Didn't they find cocaine in the bathrooms?
Also drug dogs.
It brings a new meaning to White House.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, imagine. They did. They found cocaine in the MP's bathroom near
oh my
big
God,
hall or whatever. But I think genuinely we would be in lockdown if it wasn't for the fact that the government we found out that there have been parties last year at Christmas. The public are angry about it because, it's really sad to know
I don't get why, though. It was just a business meeting, Ruben.
Oh, yeah,
it was just a
you're
business
right.
meeting. And it wasn't socially distanced.
Oh, yeah, with Christmas crackers and turkey dinner and alcohol. But, it's a business meeting.
The best kind of business meeting.
Oh, yes, exactly. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to throw us into lockdown on, like, the 27th or the 28th when we've had our Christmas parties. They're going to go, right, I think the best thing to do is to let them have their Christmas parties because we've had ours last year illegally. And they're going to be uproar if we don't.
See what they're gonna do is they're gonna wait till after Christmas, but then they're gonna go, that Reuben kid, he's having a day dedicated to him on the 27th. We've got to lock down before then.
I mean, to be fair, right? I'm going home. I'm at home anyway, so it's okay. I'll be in the house. It'll just be a house Christmas Day. So yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on about it, Phil? Because I think I've waffled for too long now. So
I think I agree with you, to be honest. I see at this point I can see the pros and cons of kind of both sides of the argument. The only thing I want to say is I want to pose a question to the government, to Bojo specifically, because I know he's listening. He's a big fan of the Casual Crowd podcast. I just want to say, what's the plan? Because we need a plan. Right now, we're throwing short-term solutions at a long-term problem, and it's working in the short term, but it's not working overall. We don't have an end point, and I genuinely think this isn't sustainable. People will eventually, even the most loyal people will stop listening to you eventually if they don't have a hope of an endpoint. You've got to lay out some kind of plan. I know, I'm fully aware Boris is an expert. He doesn't have all the answers, and he shouldn't have to have all the answers. Yeah, that's controversial, but this is a strange new thing.
Responsibility, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. But that being said, nobody made him become prime minister. You know, that was a choice. He went up for the post. He got voted in. He should have been aware of the responsibility that as a leader, even if you don't necessarily have all the answers, you have to give people something, some kind of plan. Is your plan to have a yearly vaccine program that rolls out to the vulnerable, like with the flu? Is that your plan? I mean, don't get me wrong, you'll get some people that push back against that, but personally, I'm all for that. I say, yeah, that's what a great plan. Let's go with it. You've got to give us that plan, though. Or is the plan maybe you want to wait this out? There's some evidence suggesting that Omicron might be less deadly. Now, obviously, the research is still coming in. We don't know. But is your plan to kind of just wait things out and reduce the damage in the hopes that COVID is eventually going to evolve itself into a less deadly version, into a common cold? Because that's what viruses do. A virus doesn't want to kill its host. That's not good for the virus. It just wants to reproduce and move on.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So is Boris kind of hoping that through natural selection the virus will evolve itself to become less deadly? And we're just holding out for that. Is that the plan? Because if it is, tell us. It's a plan. It might not be a perfect plan, but it's something. That's all I'm trying to say with this, is that you've got to give the people something, because right now we don't have hope of an endpoint anymore, because the vaccines, I believe the vaccines worked. I've had the vaccines. I believe that's why I'm able to film a podcast now when I should be dying in bed. But they weren't the endpoint that it was set out to be. We need a new plan. We need some kind of an endpoint. If you want people to listen to you, you have to give people hope that there is a long-term solution to this.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
So that's what I'm just saying to the government. It doesn't matter if it's a perfect plan. It doesn't matter if it's even the right plan in the long term, but right now, you have to give us something.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, to be honest. I think.
Sorry, I really went off.
Oh, no. So I think I did as well at some point. Yeah, I think, as it's a Christmas special, Christmas is a time for sharing and a time for happiness, I think. So recently at college, we have, over the last year, in fact, we were told by our tutor to save up 50, was it 50? Was it 10p a week, I think. 10p a week
so, yeah.
For a year. And so over the 52 weeks of the year, we saved up £5.20. And at the end of that year, which we've already done now, by December the 10th, is to hand in a present for a certain age. I got a 12 to 14-year-old boy, and I need to get a new
Not for the first time.
Wait, Phil, who did you get?
Oh no, now that I've said that,
yeah,
I got a 7 to 8 year old girl.
Not the first time, is it? Anyway, okay, yeah, so I think I just want to discuss what we feel, why we did it. So the reason we did that is because we wanted to, as our tutor said, he had
because James told us to.
Yeah, our tutor told us to. Yeah,
I'm joking.
It was basically because we want to, as I said, Christmas is a time for giving, and I think it's all about, showing who you really are. I think it's great. I think it's a good thing, and I think it's nice to give off something to make other people happy. So, Phil, what did you get your 7 to 8 year old girl?
Well, Ruben, I just wrote my phone number on the bottom of the box.
Jesus.
No, I got some colouring pencils, some little post-it notes, just kind of colouring stuff. Because I was tempted to keep it for myself, to be honest. Cause yeah, who doesn't like a little bit of a colour? What about you?
Yeah, I think I've definitely gone over budget here, but I think I just felt a bit like it's quite sad actually to make me think that there are still people living who can't afford to do what the rest of the country do, and that's not like oh god, they're poor, oh my god, that's depressing. No, I think it's just it's just depressing knowing that people out there are trying to live trying to live like a normal person in today's society, but they just can't, because the way society is run, it relies heavily on money. I mean, the world is focused on money, isn't it? Without money, there'd be anarchy. It's like. So I thought, I was just walking down the aisle of Tesco toy aisle. I was a bit kind of quite, thinking, what would I want when I was 12 to 14? And I came across a little tin, right? But it was an arcade in a tin, and I'm thinking, my God, if I was 12 to 14, I'd absolutely adore that. So I went to the till. That
sounds cool. Wait, what is an arcade in a tin?
So it's like a little tin with a little tiny motherboard underneath it, which you can't see because it's underneath the control panel. It's basically a DS in a tin. but it's got like 3 or 4 games built in already.
Oh, that's ace.
And I thought, that's
I want
really
that now.
No, so did
that's
I.
really
so
cool.
I was a bit like, oh my god, I want that. That looks amazing. I'd love that. So I went to the till because it said £7.50, and I thought, you know what, I don't mind going over budget a little bit.
Yeah.
But I got to the till, I scanned it, and it said £11.50, and I'm thinking, hold on a minute. So
Jesus.
I paid.
So you took it back. You said that those kids can go screw themselves.
No, but then again, I did go right. It's gone way over budget. This is more than double the budget.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly not too bothered because I think, as I said, Christmas is a time for giving and sharing. So they're
yeah, and I believe that was the shoebox pill, wasn't it? I think what we kind of want to say is like if you do have anything to spare, obviously, or any time of year is a great time to give things to people less fortunate. But it's important to remember there are people out there who are less fortunate. Thankfully, I get to sit on my arse playing video games with COVID. A lot of people don't get to do that. That's what we want to say with that.
Yeah.
Christmas is a time for giving. If you can spare anything for people who need it, then obviously that's super important.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes. So I think we should move on.
Nice topic, that, Ruben.
Yeah, it was. I just wanted to bring it up because of Christmas. So moving on, I think we should talk to our segments that we always like to talk on. So.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to the news first. What have we found out in the news so far? So I think we found. So we've talked about obviously the Boris shenanigans and everything.
I guess kind of on the topics of like other countries. Japan has created an interesting invention, hasn't it? Yeah, do you want to talk about that?
Haven't they all? Yeah. So I found an article recently on the most valuable and trustworthy site in the world, Reddit News. I am gonna have to find it again because I've lost it and I can't talk about it. Oh, there it is. Found it. It's like at the top. Basically, Japan, the Taste Test TV. Japan invents a lickable screen to imitate food flavors. Prototypes use carousel of canisters to create flavor samples on a hygienic film over flat screen TV. We've got 4D where we get different senses, but now we're gonna get 5D where we can taste it.
Imagine how hilarious that would be, though. Like you're walking to McDonald's, they've got like those screens where you order on, and there's just people just licking all over the screen.
Imagine. Do you want to taste it before you try it? Wait, what? Yeah, just lick the screen. Oh wow, damn! I might get that. And then, so this device called the Taste the TV, or TTTV, wow, okay, uses a carousel of 10 flavor canisters that spray in a combination to create a taste of particular food. And then the sample then rolls on a hygienic film over a flat screen TV for the viewers to try. Wow, I mean, it's pretty mental to think, this is a thing in COVID. We've got people wearing masks and no one, your mouth's like, and your face is like the one way, your whole like head is the most spreadable part of a disease ever because you've got coughing, you've got
hands,
breathing,
space, tongue.
Yeah, you've got your hands as well because you touch everything and you touch your face and you touch your nose, you touch your mouth and you put it on something else and now that surface has got it. It's just, we're just one big spreading disease ball, aren't we? Really?
That's my Tinder bio.
Yeah, it's just quite funny to think in the era of COVID that someone's decided, let's make a screen that people lick. Oh god! But yeah, I mean,
that's hilarious.
Japan are always coming up with some wacky things.
Like when you're kind of like hungry, but you're not hungry. Like you just want to have something in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like you could kind of imagine if it kind of evolves one day, like a phone screen. You could just be like rewatching Breaking Bad while just licking some fries.
Yeah, dude.
It'd be a great way to kind of have snacks without the consequences that come with snacks.
I like that.
Yeah, that's my mind goes straight to the real problems with this world.
Yeah, first of all. So yeah, the Japanese actually have a word for that. I've just found out. I found out a while ago, but it's called the kuchisabishi, which is a unique.
The what now?
Basically, the word in Japanese, kuchisabishi, is a uniquely Japanese word that literally means lonely mouth or longing to have or put something in one's mouth.
Yeah, that is true.
It's basically, I think they're putting stuff in their mouth because their mouth feels lonely and they're not and due to the fact they are not hungry. I like that.
Oh, I think that's kind of cute.
It's quite cool.
That's quite wholesome.
Whereas we would just say, I'm eating because I want something in my mouth, but I don't. My belly.
I'm eating because I'm a fat bastard.
Yeah, that. Or the Japanese would say, "Kibasushi," and then it's just like, well, oh wow, I'm sorry about that. Anyway,
I'm sorry to hear. Does your mouth want to talk about it? Yeah. I tell you what, we should talk about. It's a favourite segment on this podcast.
Of course.
And it's toilet talk, where we talk about the latest developments in toilet technology, and I have actually,
Okay.
my God, I found us a little video to watch.
A video?
Now, obviously, we won't be able to show this because this is an audio platform, and also I don't want to get copyrighted. But we're going to listen to it. We're going to find out what it's about. Then we're going to tell you about it, and you're going to kind of get our live reactions, because all I've seen is the title, and the title is "The Extraordinary Power of Poo."
Wow.
Now, that's a podcast title. I might use that.
Nice.
Shall we? I'll drop the link in chat for you right now, and
I'm actually excited.
we can enjoy this together.
Wow. Well,
And that's what Toilet Talk is all about. We're saving the planet right now.
I guarantee 20 years down the line, there'll be a university course for toiletology where we study toilets and the development of them. I think that's great.
Yeah. So I guess basically, just to summarise what we just watched, because obviously I can't show it all. It was a video from the BBC. I might be able to show little sound bites, maybe. I think it is fair use, but whether the BBC will agree.
Let's hope so.
But basically, they're talking about using poo as a fuel source, because apparently it's a great way to generate methane. I mean, we all know this. Yeah. And they can burn that for fuel, and it's more sustainable and more clean than gasoline and diesel and that sort of thing. And then that pee could be used to solve droughts, because it's water that's going to waste, and we could save that and we could use it to feed crops.
Yeah.
I don't know how much there is to really say on that, other than more developments, more good news. And we need a bit of good news right now. There are new ways that are being discovered to help the planet, and you could be saving the world every single time you take a shit. And I want you to remember that. I want you to think about that.
That's a good idea.
Next time you're on the toilet, think, this is my good deed for the day.
Yeah, you're right. I think genuinely, it's quite a sad thought though. I think we're all thinking of ideas that can save the planet too late. I think we're thinking of these ideas. We needed to think of these ideas like 10, 15 years ago, but that's before anyone really actually had any idea what the hell was going on with climate change. I mean, people knew it existed, but no one really gave one, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's not going to affect me." Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, it's still not real, is it?
Well, it's not real. I'll spare my time.
Bloody real.
But yeah, I mean, anyway, it makes.
Oh man!
I'll tell you what, mate. This whole people who don't believe in climate change is real. It makes me fuming. And speaking of fuming, let's move on to absolutely fuming. Yes, right now. Phil,
man!
I think you need to go first, mate, because I haven't.
I never prepare for this.
I never
prepare for this. Shall I tell you what makes me absolutely fuming?
Go on then.
Now, I want to make it very clear. I'm not specifically talking about anybody in particular here. Just over my life, one thing that has it's always been in the back of my head, and I want people to know: drunk people aren't funny. If you think you're a funny drunk, you're wrong. You only think you're a funny drunk because you're too drunk to remember how unfunny you were.
That's true.
That's like I've never actually. It's more funny in the way that you're laughing at.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's quite.
I just find people always saying like, "Oh, I'm a really funny drunk," and I'm like, "No, you're not. You're just annoying."
Yeah, the whole when I'm drunk, mate, you should be around me. It's absolutely hilarious. Oh, is it? Yeah, we did this. Oh, that doesn't sound funny. That just sounds like a pain in the ass.
It's like I'm not attacking anyone here, obviously, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with getting drunk. Everyone does it.
He's attacking a certain individual right now.
It's a bit of fun, especially when you all are and you're having a little bit of a good time together. But I just want to make it emphatically clear to people that you're not as funny as you think you are. It's just been a little. I've got to get that off my chest. What about you, Mr. Doobs?
Well, I think
what's made you absolutely fuming?
I think this is a very, very first world problem, and it's a very, very privileged problem, I think. But my God, why the hell do Americans get pre-orders before the UK? That is annoying me a lot. I mean, I pre-order quite a lot of stuff just because I'm a nerd and I like to collect things. But yeah, it's annoying. But I mean, that's not really an absolutely fuming. It's just a bit of it's a bit frustrating to feel like the Americans get things a lot quicker than we do when it comes to pre-ordering, especially from like worldwide industries.
Yeah, I mean, I guess one thing that should have put you in a good mood, Ruben, is the other week you went to see the new Spider-Man film.
Ah, yes.
Didn't you? On the release day.
What? Yeah.
In 4D.
So, as I've not been very fuming, what's made me happy this week? So I think we should be absolutely happy. Phil, you are very right, my friend. I am absolutely happy that I have been able to see the brand new Spider-Man in 4D
Oh my
the day
goodness.
before it was released to normal cinemas. It was literally released the day before it was released. We went to go see it on the 16th of December.
Well, you went the 15th, didn't you?
You're right. No, we went to the 15th. We went to the cinema on the 15th of December when it was out in cinemas on the 17th. And I went to go see it in 4D, which is quite cool because, you know, we wore the 3D glasses.
What was that like?
And, well, the 3D glasses are okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. I prefer to see things in 2D because it's more of an actual, like, you get a full experience of the quality of the video. But you know, there's also it's quite wild when there's loads of fight scenes between Spider-Man and, you know, the bad guys and that kind of thing, and then you get like, you know, you get all the wind every time a web goes off from Spider-Man. You get you know, a little shoot of air past your
Someone
ears.
just spurts sticky stuff at you.
From behind me. Hey, what was that? Anyway.
Oh, not again.
No. Second time this week. Honestly. Yeah, but you know. And then you get fans coming off on the top and the right hand sides, and then, you know, it's all great. And then the chairs wobble, and every time Spider-Man gets hit in the back by someone or whatever, you know, you get like a little knock in the back of your chair. I think, oh, bloody hell. I can imagine you trying to eat some popcorn during some of the final fights in that movie. Bloody hell. Flying everywhere.
Just an actual guy just comes out and starts beating you up.
I think, yeah. Sadly, I think the one thing they could do to improve is they can get Zendaya in there to kiss you. That would be great. Anyway, look.
Oh, man.
Have you seen it yet, Phil?
I haven't, no, and I'm really... Because obviously I'm not going to get to now.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, I desperately want to, because I pulled out on the last day for two reasons. A, I had a project due that I needed to get done, and B, oh, man, it's Birmingham.
Yeah, it was. We went to go see it in... we went to go see it in 4D at the Birmingham Cineworld.
Yeah,
It was
it's
cool,
like I love Spider-Man, but not quite as much as I hate Birmingham.
Birmingham is quite a dodgy, but it's I think we make it out to be a lot worse than it actually is. But you know, it's
yeah. Oh, I'm not sure. I do really want to go and see the Spider-Man though. Obviously, I'm not going to get. Do you know when it comes out on DVD?
Oh, it'll be like a good 2-3 months.
Oh man, do you reckon they'll? Oh, because we might be going to lockdown. There
probably will be a home release on Disney Plus. Yeah, there will be a home release.
Okay.
But it'll be like...
Oh, and I guess that kind of... It brings on to our next topic, which may or may not be our final topic of today, which is, you mentioned earlier, kind of the idea of home release versus going to see something in the cinema.
Yeah, I saw a statistic where, there wasn't an actual like number, but I saw on Reddit News that the majority of Americans would rather watch a home release film on HBO or Disney Plus, for example, and pay a bit more, bloody hell, or than going to the cinema and watching it in a cinema. Like, I mean, that to me is ridiculous. But we can't face from the fact that cinema is dying. It's as simple as that. Movies are never going to die. They never will. Yeah. There will always be a passion to make films. And I mean, you know, we're literally doing a film course, that kind of thing. But I think it's the passion for people, the passion for cinema itself as an actual thing is dying. It's just not the same. I go to the cinema because, for me, I get distracted by my phone quite easily. Generally, yeah. Not even like when I'm watching a film. The only film I've watched recently at home that I have not even looked or touched my phone on, no matter how many times it's buzzed, was 12 Angry Men.
Porn movie, wasn't it, Ruben?
Huh? What? No, it was it was 12 Angry Men. It was the 1950s film by Sidney Lumet, and it's basically, I think it's one of the most famous films of all time. It's about 12 men.
It's 12 Angry Men, I'd
imagine.
Yeah,
literally. It's basically these 12 men where they're juries, and they've had this court trial where a boy is suspected of stabbing his father to death, and now all 11 of them go, yeah, he's guilty. Let's agree. Let's do a vote. And then one of them goes, no, he's not. I think we should go out the possibility that he's guilty, that he's innocent. And then, you know, it's a great, very, very intricate story about how this one man is managing to convince 11 men that he is innocent, and it's a very good film. I recommend you watch it whenever you can. But you know,
I need to.
It's very good. I don't think it's on any streaming platform, but I watched it like on I got it on Blu-ray. It's really good. But the thing is, though, I think it takes away from the experience. I mean, that for me wasn't as bad because it's not really a film that I would be bothered about and going to see in the cinema. But my God, I went to go see June at the cinema.
Oh.
and I watched it on the biggest screen possible in iSense, so it was ultra 4K HD. You know,
man.
and the screen was massive. It had Dolby Atmos, and I'm genuinely.
Oh, it is an experience, isn't it, as well? Because you get the sound system as well. Because at home, I always have to put subtitles on at home because I'm slightly deaf and I just cannot hear the TV.
See, for me,
whereas, like in a cinema, it's brilliant.
I think if you have a genuinely great sound system at home, like all around sound, Dolby speakers at home, because you can get them, but they are expensive, and a genuinely great TV with a big room, then I don't think it's that bad. But if you just, like, for me, example, you just whack it on in your room, and then you've got all your phone. You've got your phone. For me, I've got my Xbox. I mean, I'm not going to go on my Xbox when I'm watching a film. But I think I've got my phone where someone buzzes, I just have a conversation with someone. Oh, what's happening in the film? Oh, I'm not really too bothered. But, for I went to go watch June at the cinema, and that's almost 3 hours long. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, I think. But, my God.
Yeah.
Not once was I so, like, damn, I wish I was on my phone right now. I want to check Instagram. No, not at all. I was so, like... My God, dude, this is amazing. This is like one of the best. It's the best. June is the best cinema experience I have ever had.
And it is an experience as well, isn't it? Cinema is a great night out. It's a great way to kind of go out with your mates or even on your own.
I've gone to the cinema by myself. Like, genuinely.
Well, it's still a nice experience, isn't it? It gives you something to do, and I think it'd be sad to lose that.
People are like, oh, it's really weird when you go to cinema by yourself. Why? What? You're going to go there to talk to your friends throughout this entire movie? No, you go there to watch a film. I mean, if you go there and talk to your friends for that entire movie, you'll get kicked out. But that's not you know what I mean? Like, you're there, have a laugh with your mate, go in, watch the film, come out. Whereas I'm there, go in, talk to your mates on Instagram or something, or whatever, go in, watch the film, come out. Oh, yeah, film was pretty good, actually. And then go home. I mean, like, literally, that's what I do when I go to the cinema. And I think it's also, I love the fact that sometimes you've got these massive budget movies now. Like, we were talking with one of our tutors at college the other day, talking about how there's no passion for making indie film anymore. And if there is, they're not going to go anywhere. I mean, you've got films that are either the budget's so small that they can't have their full potential, or you've got films where they are so massive budget because they're wanting to get billions of dollars in return, for example. For example, this new Spider-Man movie is almost $300 million, I'm pretty sure, in budget.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a lie. I'm just going to have to check that up. Hold on.
They're definitely going to make that back, though.
Oh, they've already made it. They made $250 million on the opening weekend.
Geez. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. And it's mental. Budget.
I guess...
Yeah, $200 million for a production budget. And it is already, in the week and a half it's been out, has a global gain of $587 million.
Jeez.
In the week it's been out. And it's incredible. I genuinely, it's. I mean, but that's what you put so much money into a movie where you've got incredible VFX, incredible stunt work, incredible just sets, and then you've got a lot of money for, actors. You've got incredible amounts of money for advertisement. Whereas, for example, like, there's this brand new movie that's come out. It's a Japanese movie, and I know it sounds silly, but it's been nominated for an Oscar, I think. It's called Drive My Car. It's 3 hours long. I don't know what it's about, but it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's got 90% on, like, a 9 out of 10 on IMDb kind of thing. But have you heard of Drive My Car?
I haven't, no.
No, I mean, who's heard of it? Because it's a foreign film, but we've all heard of Parasite, right?
Yeah.
It's an amazing film. Korean, great movie. It's incredible. Then you've got bloody Drive My Car, which come out, which I really want to see. But it's like, I think it's a romantic love story between a taxi driver and a widow.
And a car.
And a widow, actually. I believe. Yeah, it would be quite funny, that. But, I think sometimes it's a bit kind of...
Yeah.
Film now is going down a path which I'm not too fond of. It's a path where people either throw everything at it, knowing that they're going to get a massive return, or hardly anything at it because they don't think it's got potential. They don't make movies like that anymore, do they? Which is annoying for me.
Well, that's the thing. There's not as many kind of truly original ideas just because big studios aren't willing to take the risk.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a real shame. And I hope we don't lose kind of the magic of cinema and film.
But it is. It's magical.
It's something really special.
It's special not only to me because I'm a fat like film buff. Like, I absolutely love films.
And that's the problem. We are losing a bit of that magic because of kind of I guess our love as a species to take the easy way out. And that is an incredibly depressing note on which I think we might have to wrap up because it is 3:30.
Yes.
And I believe you said you got to head off. And
I've got work at some point today. It's just
yeah, but I enjoyed that. That was
it was great.
Really nice conversations we had there.
It was great.
And I just want to quickly say to the audience, I don't know if we're going to be back to weekly. We might try and go bi-weekly. Hopefully we'll film another one. This will probably be coming out on Christmas or around that time, hopefully. Obviously, I don't know if I'm going to get worse before I get better, so I don't know when we're going to next film. But hopefully at some point in the new year, we're going to get the ball rolling again. We're going to come out with bi-weekly episodes. And we've got some guests booked in as well. Genuinely, we have got a few guests lined up, which should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hope you all have a really great Christmas. Whatever happens, New Year as well. And here's hoping that, you know what, guys? I think 2022 is going to be our year.
Oh God, here we go.
This time.
I hope so.
Fingers
I genuinely
crossed.
think it's going to be okay. I think the first couple of months are going to be a bit bloody hell COVID, but once that like slows down by the end, like halfway through the year, I think genuinely people will start to think now, it's all right. It's coming back live.
Yeah.
And one final message before
let's
we
hope for
leave.
that.
Sorry, Phil. Is
No, it's all good.
go to the bloody cinema when a film comes out. Don't buy it online. Just go to the cinema. If you don't go to the cinema because you don't like it, it's
Unless
a
you have
lie.
COVID.
Well,
Unless you have
obviously,
COVID.
if you go to the cinema, go to the cinema. But if you can't, don't. Obviously, we get that. But yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful talking to you, Phil.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, you too. And to all of you guys at home, thank you
Yes,
so
of
much for
course.
listening. It means a lot. If you could share this with just one person, it's hugely appreciated. And possibly leave a rating wherever you're watching this. And we will see you awesome people next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.